Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a Battlefield 1 guide for you on how to kill the armored train. And many people tell me that the train isn't worth killing, that it should be ignored, and that you don't even need to kill this behemoth, you can just not go near it and everything is fine. But that's not true. We all know that the train has big machine guns on it which chew up infantry and horses, and we all know that it has side cannons which are very effective against tanks and infantry and buildings, but they have limited range. You can't really do much with them as long as the enemies are far away. However, the true strength of the train and why it needs to be destroyed immediately and why I'm making this guide is because the conductor seat is the strongest part of the train, because if you hit 2 on PC or swap to your alternate weapon, you actually get a very long-range artillery cannon that you can use to pummel people almost anywhere on the map, or I'm going to say maybe like a quarter of the map. It's got very impressive range, extremely high damage, probably triple that of the normal infantry, artillery, unlimited ammo, and you have a whole map to hit people on. If you have very good spotting, it can be incredibly effective. Look what I was able to do with it just briefly. Okay, so the train is like a super mortar. Oh lord! Oh, we're gonna get a horse? Yes, the horse, of course, and a squad wipe with one shot.
How could I put so much?
We're losing B. I can't hold it.
Yes. Yes, daddy.
Ouch!
I really don't think these guys have a clue what's actually killing them. I'm just...
I want to get that hill, because we control that hill. We can control them.
Need to introduce them to some real artillery. I see a teammate going for the C4. Boom! So if you're on the receiving end of the train, you're not going to want to deal with that. So today, I'm going to show you my best tips and some overall recommendations on how to take down the train. For the most part, you want to stick with the assault class, and I think that AT mines are the biggest bang for your buck. They're the best for the money overall. AT mines deal very good damage to the train, they're easy to throw down and for you to get away from, and if the conductor's not paying attention, he can run over a cluster of them very quickly and deal a lot of damage. Only downside is, though, you do have to be patient, you do have to depend on the train to hit the mines, and sometimes they'll run over the first mine and then just kind of nope out of it and back away. Good conductors aren't going to run over all of those mines. Moving along to the next best strategy, it's a very straightforward one, and that's just pummeling it with AT rockets. Surprisingly effective. This allows you to take cover behind dunes or other objects. It allows you to be mobile, hit from multiple directions if you have multiple people, and it is overall quite effective because you can restock your ammo if you have a support guy nearby. Only real downside is it doesn't deal a ton of damage to the train and take a bit to wear it down, but you'll almost certainly live long enough to put all of your damage in because you can hit it at very good range with these AT rockets. Alternatively, mortars are a very safe way to put damage into the train. I feel that they're not quite as reliable as AT rockets, especially if the train is moving because of the way you aim the mortar, and they deal a little bit less damage, but they can very consistently wear it down over time, and it's good to have this going on. I think it's very good to have one support class working with your assault guys so that he can refill their ammunition when they're done spamming the train with their AT rockets, and then they can take breaks with the mortar so you're constantly kind of pounding the train and wearing it down. Land ships and heavy tanks may seem nice at first, but as J-Hub here is finding out, they're not the best at taking down the train because you have to get relatively close in order to see and hit them, and they're just giant targets. Infantry is going to tag you so that the train can see you and hit you with all of its anti-tank weapons. Other infantry is going to throw grenades and shoot at you, and you are just a huge target. You tend not to last that long when shooting at it with tanks. Artillery trucks would seemingly be an attractive option, but they're not tremendously better because I find that the drop on the artillery cannon is so significant that it becomes difficult to line it upright to hit the train, and in a similar fashion you are kind of a huge target. Maybe not for the train itself, but definitely for infantry, and the damage isn't super impressive. You definitely can hurt it with artillery trucks, but not recommended. A surprisingly effective tactic is just to use the stationary artillery or stationary cannons to pound the train, and you wouldn't think that would be good. You would think they'd be easier to kill than the tanks, and in a lot of ways they are, but to the best of my ability it appears that they deal more damage to the train armor than the tanks, and most importantly they're often ignored. A lot of times both infantry and the train alike will not pay that much attention to the stationary artillery because they don't get that much use. Not a lot of people are hitting the train with this thing, so you can often get quite a few shots in before the train notices you. But overall, if I had to pick one Tactic, I'm going to go ahead and tell you to go with AT mines. AT mines are the way to go. Guys, that's all for my very train-oriented video today. I hope you learned something useful. If you do get the train, you should definitely try to get the conductor seat and get as many artillery kills as possible. And if you're on the receiving end of the train, I urge you guys to use AT mines and your AT rockets and the stationary artillery to cut it down super, super fast so you're not on the receiving end of the train artillery. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.